Hello and welcome to your number one sports program when I Sierra Network Discovery in Sports with me Scyll Akempta-Kargbo. Today inside the program we will get to the Secretary General of the National Olympic Committee where you go tell we how them prepare for go represent Sierra Leone inside Tokyo Olympic 2021. And also we'll get an interview with Coach Harold how they try for beef up the boys them for the All African Games will go happen pretty soon. Good morning and welcome to Sierra Network Discovery in Sports.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Please tell you that now you.
Yeah, my name is Joseph Nyande and the Secretary General of the Olympic Committee and the Commonwealth Games Association of Sierra Leone.
Okay, Mr. Joseph, as Sierra Leone Olympic team, they go Tokyo for go represent the country. Go on for know the different sporting disciplines that the country they go represent on.
Well, the country they send athletes and officials from the swimming association, the judo, and also athletics.
So how prepare then different sporting disciplines they have be, because we don't see how in the football aspect we don't see how the national team don't come with glory, and also we witnessed recently with the Sierra Leone Karate Federation they have go out 3 golds and 10 bronze from Guinea one of the Western Africa correct competition. So I want you tell me small how una self prepare, how them boys they are prepared for represent Mama Salon.
All right, okay. We now a body where they work directly with government, the Ministry of Sport, the National Sport Authority, but we get we own role for play. For example, for the quadrennial, that means the Olympic year, from last Olympic to this one, Brazil to this one. We'll be able to give scholarships then to athletes and for train. Some day in Senegal, some day in America. And we hope say as time they go on during the competition, then they able to do well. Now you measure football, judo in West Africa, competition and the rest of it. Now the only difference between them one and this in the Olympic Games, you are talking about 206 states where they compete, and this now world class, right? I hope say through their training, them go able to bring medals. But what maybe in the bank on is for make them go improve on them activities, time, distance within the cover and the rest of it. I am not saying that they might not win medals. Let me give you a small synopsis of what thing they happen when the athletes then they go under. Now, you get for qualify for the Olympic Games. And the one way they qualify, now then they go run in team groups. You understand? And for example, the world, in 32 people, them for the 100 meters, where the International Federation look at the database, they want and they qualify. Sometimes 10 America, sometimes 5 in England, Jamaica, so for make these small countries them really qualify. It's not like Commonwealth Games who say would they choose some athletes of high standard in Sierra Leone who they send. So and I really get for qualify. And some of the athletes who they go for with, not to athletes that will qualify. Now, athletes that will then give what they call wild card. If the country not qualify, then they choose athletes that will then of high standard. Now, Africa or Sierra Leone will then they invite for go do this activity. But swimming, we then been doing the world champion about 2-3 years ago, then qualify. Yeah, so we get wild card in athletics and also in judo. And I hope see them will do fine. The one that will be non scholarships, they not qualify. Now one green person, Margaret Vanessa Barry, you understand? And they go to the Olympic Games. The other ones that will continue for train them for the Commonwealth Games.
So you don't make mention the different side where say I don't qualify for go participate.
Yes.
Now I want to know more. I bring you back small. Say when we don't hear the habits. Like for say where athlete they go run away. Some man they reach na the size self when they go run. Excuse me, he go run away. So how prepare? How una don't try for improve the mentality for let themselves know say na the country they go represent?
Well, may I tell you now, very difficult question for answer, because when you go into the state, although the Sierra Leone they try for make it stop down, and the Japan they try. In fact, they don't bring out a document, so they encourage people that if anybody you go, you run away, and we then they hold you, then they deport you, and we then deport you, then they recommend say make you go jail. Now, the other thing we are the try for say is that it's difficult. You know, say where then run away, where then come now, either Sport Council or NOC, then the Forumpa. Yeah. Now listen, when you go into the state where they go perform, when you don't perform, then somebody run away, then you go report to the police. You know what then they tell you? They say no, the term we una for stay here, you know elapse it, then get right for stay here. But you don't suspect say this now something ugly, somebody wanna, so, and you know go they tell the stay done. So if una don't can now, how una go able monitor whether this person don't go so, you know. So and the person where they run away, they plan well for himself, you know, so that he go able to do activity. So we prepare them psychologically that is not of any benefit. Most of them and the way they don't run away, they no benefit. You know, seen in London, where them be interview on BBC. The Bobo will go, they sleep in a park. Pass with them, they gather money. They give bad name to the country, and also not to people that say make it run away. You see, so we they try for prepare their minds for make them not run away in Japan, because it's not easy. You know, say this now COVID time, and COVID there are strict rules and regulations. If you go, they go so some place they will not they go. So they don't bring form, we don't fill them. We say for go, we say not for go. So if that in this games here don't go, now that same status now you get. So it go difficult for make you get escape yonder. But we dey try for talk to them and how the repercussion of escaping from the games village and even outside the go lodge.
But plenty people back go look at us say na the country standard, because beaucoup sportsmen qui want reach na that kind of status na in life or say na this and this are achieved, because we don't hear plenty names the way some don't go, they run away, they succeed. You know, say that can make you then at tongue say what they think and say if Mr. A don't go, he don't succeed, myself can able go and succeed. So we not think and say now because of the maybe the money small or something, the encouragement not they make that leave there think and say they good enough for Kaike.
Then in 2 bits I go left for you. One, I want for make you name one at least don't hide. First of all, for make you gain the status. Now the country for do something for the country or the sporting organization, it's difficult for you. You did go. I say sometimes then they take you as refugee. You therefore sometimes you don't expire. By the time they do good sport, you don't expire, because there are certain ages in which you have to perform well. So that time they go don't pass. Now the other thing is like, well, we say this, so for don't go and run away. You understand? But if everybody run away, it means the country they can't do. And we know I've been talking now on television interview. You know they expect Sierra Leone to perform like England, UK, Germany, America, and the rest of it. You know, by priority, they get things them where the country prioritize right now. You understand? Our status, our economic status is lower, you know, to those countries. And the structures that have been put there before in the strategic plan of sport are not to the standard level where you go get camp now, where possible able pay for make you get one picking a camp and a big money. So if you able do the talent identification system now the whole of Sierra Leone, sometimes you go now the schools, you don't identify, let me say 150 students or athletes. Outside they keep them, outside they pull the money for develop them and so we the personnel actually now one thing that we they see them we put together as a concretized system, because what the people that they deal with, so now people that we don't go qualify, where they not aged, you understand? But in other countries like Germany, between age of 8 and 10, they don't get competition, they don't go find the talents but then they still go school, then they train. This one they go to this school, this one they go to this school, this one they go to this other school, and then they like them Boris Becker when they play. By the age of 14, 15, they don't begin play world tournament where then they win gold medal. You understand? But the more the merrier. If you have more athletes, more students, more let me say the school children from primary school, you develop them to secondary school and the rest of it. First of all, it is good that the government now take care of education. So if then they take care of education, I feel it's a part of the program for this sport. You understand? I always say, where is the soccer when the old banana tree dies? In sports, we are all going to age and get away. We were doing sport before, but now we cannot do it. You understand? But what about those other little kids that have the potential? How would we be able to grow them so that they'll be able to represent Sierra Leone and fly the green and white and blue? You understand? So those are the things we are looking at. It cannot happen overnight. But I think it is better. It has come to a time where we will be able to, not to just see people, they say this person is playing here, maybe he's 26, 27. By the time he plays for 4 years, game is over for him. You understand? But who is going to step in those shoes? Nobody. So we'll be able to have a crop of new people who will be able to step in the shoes so that we fly the flag.
So no look inside the government small.
Yeah.
Which kind motivation will governments go now for going to this journey?
Well, actually, government do everything. You give them traveling, how we go able to travel. It also provide allowances. We don't even pay for kits. We then make Labrondi Naya. We get Kingdom Sport where they provide very good kits on them. We can go show them and then they turn them back. And also competition gears. And all of them things, the government prepare for this. Yeah. And I think for the details, the ministry is responsible for that. We just feed them the information, and the National Sport Authority will feed them the information. But I think government don't do very well.
Before we end this interview, what you go add, Paul, what you don't talk, sir?
Huh?
Before we end this interview, what you go add, Paul, what you don't talk?
All right. What I want to add, I want to tell government thank you, especially President Madabio and then government and the effort we then don't make not only these Olympic Games, we get the Commonwealth Games with come Birmingham, and also you see the effort we then make pan football. We just they plea to them so that then they do more for the area. Made them get specialists. You understand? Made them do a strategic plan for sport development in Sierra Leone, wherein we were able to take into consideration all the different categories, age groups, so that we'll be able to train them as they go. So it has to be a sustainable system, a sustainable program wherein they don't go up to 11 years, we take the other one, they can't 10, 11 years go to 12 years, 12, 13, 14, for all the youth competitions who don't participate in youth competitions, then would now, from the youth competition, they want to become elite athletes, where they will represent the country, and then we start to talk about laurels.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good morning and welcome to Sierra Network Discovery Sports.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you?
You go please tell me your name and that you be.
Well, Mina Haol Tilipama. I work for the National Sports Authority, and I'm the technical director for Sierra Leone Athletics Association.
Well, Mr. Haol, you be the technical director for Sierra Leone Athletic Association, and we say the Olympic they can start very soon with Sierra Leone for go participate. So how prepare the boys then be?
Well, to be honest, taking into cognizance the COVID we've been there around, right? And as I keep saying, we go find them very difficult for get qualifying standard in Sierra Leone when it comes to athletics, because now with the group athletes them, we don't begin do well, right? By the end of this year, then go down really they at the peak. But then when they go to the Commonwealth Games, we not see them again. And it means we get for begin train new athletes them again. So every time we get them problem then they. And we fail for look at the cause, we always look at the action.
You make mention, but say where they go, then they agree for come again. So now do it to Solomon Bokari issue. You know, say Solomon Bokari now once a Sierra Leonean way me they represent Salone, and now you don't go represent the Netherlands. So how, as a coach, how you feel concerned with that?
Well, we feel very bitter about it because Solomon Bokari Nayaso begin train till he reach a peak during the fracas in the country, na him then go, which was good, right? Solomon Bokari de Netherlands, even he compete for Sierra Leone, but when it come to issue like paying, Nayaso be the train athletes, you know, the pay coach. You're paying coaches out there, right? And you define them very difficult. So, and the need for pay them coach. So now that can get the cause we make clear, then can end up for naturalize.
So you want to say all the time we the with them boys there, they need ever pay you?
Not only I work for the National Sports Authority, now that's salary they normally get, but not one day ask any athlete for pay.
So now can inside to the different categories the way Salonga for go participate in the Olympics inside Tokyo. You say normally the blacks give it 2 white card now one then give it. What do you make that be?
Well, we all know the pandemic in the world, right? And because of that, they want to see how best they can limit the number of athletes going there, right? Because if you follow up news, you go here, you say the South African team will go, then don't then go with COVID and then don't quarantine some people about 58. So then they try for see how best. You see, the IOC just not be make let this whole thing go. We not observe them, right? So then try for see how best. So now that make clear before the wild card will be get, right? It was without option. Right, 1 man, 1 woman without option for event, right? But now the wild card, now just 1 woman with the option that it for be 100 meters. So the only person will get the qualifying time now Maggie Barry. Yep.
So you say Maggie Barry na the only person will get the qualifying time, and we all know say not base na Salonia. Yeah. So how the communication like between Una, the technical team, and Maggie Barry?
Well, it has always been very cordial because in Papago communicate with we inside every competition where it go, it make sure so we know, and it always make sure say na a sanction meet by the World Athletics Body. Not to just any kind run the go panel. Now sanction meet where the World Athletics Body recognize. Now it always go pan. So everything we do we can always know.
Well, Coach, all before then, the time way they go school, they witness the inter-secondary school competition where they see plenty good athletes that may come out from that. You know, think say necessary for me the government to begin to dent in the debate.
It's very well necessary, and my office don't begin put modalities in place. The National Sports Authority will be not get a meeting for say how best, because it is not just coming to this place to run. It is about the schools then get for be very honest. The PE teachers then get for be very honest, because one for tap talent, not go take somebody when not go school for can run. It is very unfair. So now all them thing then they, I don't say anything about that now, but now them thing then they would try for put modalities in place so that, because with the Allah, that minister corrupt, that this corrupt, but the very teachers themselves na corruption. So on the all them thing that they would try for put in place.
So now we talk small about the government, your assistance concerning this Olympic trip. Our government help?
Well, government don't do extremely well for the Olympics. Always thing we say, we want to maintain we athletes them. Papa government, when I been sent me go Morocco for the All African Games, I discussed with other colleagues them. We then seven go through the same problem, and one of the things we then do, now forget a training camp for them. Training camp is the answer to the action of runaway. If we not get a training camp, I'm afraid we are not going anywhere. But I trust the new executive director, Dr. Kenneth Brimer, right? I don't discuss that with him. I don't discuss that with my immediate boss when Mr. Victor Instant Spain, right? I don't discuss him with the director for participation when Mr. Stephen Kelfala, right? Let us think about it. That's why we urge government so that the basket fund for the sport authority could be established. So when that's established, right, we go able to get 7 or 8 athletes, take them go like Netherlands, we dey pay for them, then they train them. Now that they happen with Zambia. Today Zambia, Ghana, now that they do. Now Ghana don't get qualifying standard. The 4x4 and 4x1. But when we go Congo, we see them picking and they were just from high school. And now they compete with the rest of the world. Right. So now that, let me begin. I believe say Dr. Kenneth Brimer say something. He said the good side now him we for land for copy. So let we begin copy the good side. How other countries then develop the sporting area. It is not just athletics. It cuts across. Yep.
So I'll ask you this question. You don't train their boys there and you don't follow Maggie Barry and the likes of others. Yeah. You believe so go count gold medal or any medal?
That's right.
The Olympics.
But no left now. It's not possible. We get to be very honest. In life, also we for begin try for make name. Right? With the make name at the region, we go the last regional competition, we win 2 gold, 1 silver, and 4 bronze, right? Which was a big boost. But who side we for make name? Who side for begin build now for the All African Games? Let me. No, you know, master All African Games. You want for go na Olympic. You know the work so. Let me sport now progressive something, right? It is from one stage to another stage until you get to the bigger stage, right? So let we begin build. Forget we team ready for the All African Games. If not, let just no say we will always go as participants and not as a competitors.
All we two don't discuss. You get any to go at?
Me, I still get faith and confidence in my boss, Dr. Kenneth Brimer. I believe in him so much. He gets so much passion, and I believe say all we two don't discuss definitely go come to pass. We don't discuss as an office. It will come to pass. All we the big, less Sierra Leone and them patient, right? Sports. Na money, sport, na money, and with the appeal to the government for the basket fund. If the basket fund, because other countries them na so they do, we go buy fuel, a small amount they go into the fund. In a way they play lotto, small amount they go to the fund. Every ticket, an amount they go into the fund, right? Then parastatal, then business coming the all for the give something to that fund, and that load with it on government, it go cut. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
You're most welcome.
We as owners have done listen to what the Secretary General of the National Olympic Committee and also Coach Harold Wena, the athletic coach of the National Sports Authority, don't say concerning the different happenings where they happen inside the sporting discipline. Me don't be Scyll Akempta-Kargbo. Plenty take it to my camera operator on Same Bright, and also my noble producer on Abib Kaloko. Until then, have a nice day.